Today's first reading is from 1 John 5, 1 through 6. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ has been born of God, and everyone who loves the parent loves the child. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and obey their commandments. For the love of God is this, that we obey their commandments, and their commandments are not burdensome. For whatever is born of God conquers the world. And this is the victory that conquers the world, our faith. Who is it that conquers the world but the one who believes that Jesus is the child of God? This is the one who comes by water and blood, Jesus Christ, not with the water only, but with the water and the blood. And the Spirit is the one that testifies, for the Spirit is the truth.
Now hear the gospel. Jesus said to his disciples, "As Abba has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Abba's commandments and abide in their love. I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. I do not call you servants any longer, because the servant does not know what the master is doing. But I have called you friends, because I have made known to you everything that I have heard from my Abba God. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and I appointed you to go and bear fruit, fruit that will last, so that God will give you whatever you ask in my name. I am giving you these commands so that you may love one another."
Well, my friends, there is nothing more wonderful than being in love. And there is nothing more devastating than when you lose the person you love. A little over a month ago, a relationship I was in with someone who I had fallen deeply in love with, the kind of love that you hope to be the forever kind, came to an end. While the pain is still planted in my heart, the seeds of that love still abide within me. Tonight, we hear Jesus inviting his disciples, his closest friends, to abide in his love. Jesus tells us that by abiding in that love, our joy will be complete. By rooting ourselves in relationships of love, we grow more and more into the joy that God has in store for us. When I was with my partner, one of the fondest parts of that relationship was simply being in her presence. All those times we napped on the couch, read a book laying next to one another, played in the woods or in the kitchen preparing a meal together, there was a joyfulness in my heart. And abiding in that relationship, in that love, was an experience of being rooted in that joy. So while that relationship has ended, the love that God brought into my life through it is a reminder of what love itself tastes like. The joy that abiding in love brings into our hearts. My heart still hurts in the absence of my partner. And while a big part of my life has been uprooted, seeds of love have taken hold in my heart. And I'm confident that what God allowed me to experience and to feel in that relationship will continue to bear fruit in my story. Relationships of all kinds can be fleeting, taking root for a time and blooming when the time is right. For me, this relationship bloomed at a time of tremendous struggle. In the midst of pandemic, reminding me how loved and seen that I am. And I know that this relationship gave me an experience of abiding in love and the joy that accompanies that. That truth cannot die. And while this flower has opened in the sun and dropped its petals, the sun still shines on the seed it has left behind. Each of us has faced loss, especially this past year. Yet, even in light of all that we've lost, God still invites us to abide in their love. Are you willing to share what you have lost and what it has offered you in this community? How have you been able to find yourself abiding in God's love? And how can you continue to water those seeds? Because even in the midst of loss, we still have been given a grace to know and to feel love. So, where are those points in your life? And how can you share them with this community?